Puff Diggity Doo Dog, P. Diddy, has just been caught on camera viciously beating his girlfriend. Now, this apparently didn't happen recently. This happened in 2016. Puff Diggity Doo Dog, a woman seen walking down a hallway, then Puff Daddy comes running out in a towel, otherwise naked. And then he throws this woman to the ground and just starts kicking her and beating her. And then he takes her bag because she was apparently trying to escape. Then he keeps kicking her. Then he drags her down the hallway like a complete animal. And then she thinks she sort of got away, trying to creep away, but doesn't work. Okay. Now, why is Puff Daddy not being prosecuted for this? The basic answer is because there's a statute of limitations. And this happened in 2016. And the statute of limitations is 3 years. So it takes you to 2019. It's now 2024. Can't work. There's all sorts of speculation because we know that the feds raided Diddy's home. We know that he held these crazy, weird drug parties. We know there were cameras and tapes all over his house. So some have speculated, including Kanye West, have speculated that Diddy got pinched for his crimes and then became a federal informant.
As far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these, all you fake hard you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my coat car. So y'all shut the up about me. Now let me say it calm. You shut the up about Michael.
Yeah, you better shut the F up about Michael. I don't know who Michael is there. I don't know who he's referring to. But in any case, Kanye has said plenty of eccentric things over the years, some of which have been more dubious than others. So I don't know. I don't know if P. Diddy's a fed. I guess I have to say allegedly he was caught on tape beating his girlfriend. I think he admitted to it, though. So I don't know why I have to say allegedly, but I don't know. He had a whole apology video and everything. My take on it is a little more basic than all that. I don't know. Maybe he's a fed. I don't know. There are plenty of weirdos and criminals who end up working with the federal government. So maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. My main takeaway is it's always the ones you most expect. With some exceptions that prove the rule, it's always the ones you most expect. When this story came out, everyone was so shocked. Puff Daddy, this extremely decadent rapper, this guy who has flaunted all the worst aspects of our culture for 30 years, he did bad things? Stop the presses! Stop it! Hold on, extra, read all about it. Allegedly, I have to say allegedly. He allegedly held the parties with the drugs. He allegedly had cameras all over his house. He allegedly filmed the weird stuff. Even though there's photos and stuff, it was all alleged. But if I were using my gut here, I would just say a good rule of thumb is, with some exceptions that prove the rule, it's always the ones you most expect. J.D. Vance, senator from Ohio, author of Hillbilly Elegy, sitting down with Don Jr.
I was in a CNN green room, 4 or 5 months or so ago, and it was right after the Bragg thing had come down. And it was funny, like all of these guys, and these are sort of, almost everybody else in that room was like anti-Trump, and they were mad at Alvin Bragg. And why were they mad at Alvin Bragg? Because the case was so ridiculous that they thought it actually increased the argument that this is all a witch hunt, right? Yeah. This is all about getting Donald Trump. This is not about justice. So they were actively mad at Alvin Bragg for being such an idiot and bringing this case. And now that all the other cases have fallen apart, and this is the only one where you have a political judge and a political prosecutor, so it's still going to trial, this has become the thing the media is focused on.
Yeah.
And I kind of just want to talk to these people and be like, you guys recognize this was bullshit a few months ago. And I will say, Don, even CNN, to their credit, some of their people are recognizing that this is absurd.
So there he is, JD, sitting with the son of the Republican nominee, talking about how the prosecution is ridiculous, even speaking in a kind of a little bit more of a Trumpy way. He wants to be VP, I think. I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it, but I think he would be interested. And according to the news reports, I haven't talked to any of these people about it, the potential other Veep stakes contenders are Tim Scott, Doug Burgum, Rubio, Elise Stefanik, Congress lady from New York, Tom Cotton, and Ron DeSantis. So what about JD? JD is a really strong VP choice because, by my calculation, he is the only top contender who could be a really strong nominee for president in 2028. These other guys, not so much. Tim Scott, really great guy, really nice guy. A little bit more the supporting actor, probably, than the leading man. A little bit nice, which some voters read as milquetoast. Probably not going to be the strongest presidential candidate in 2028. You saw this because he dropped out very early when he ran for president this time. Doug Burgum, maybe there's some new Burgumentum being generated. Probably not the strongest choice. A guy who is governor of, I think, North Dakota, who is very squishy on the social issues, who bribed people to donate money to his campaign so that he could make it to the debate stage. He said, if you give any amount of money, even $1 to my campaign, I'll give you a $20 gift card. So probably not going to be the strongest choice. Rubio's been around a long time. He irritated a lot of conservatives with his squishiness 10 years ago. He ran for president in 2016, didn't do all that well. Probably not the leading guy. Elise Stefanik, give me a break. Tom Cotton, he's a strong senator, probably a little too hawkish on foreign policy for the present tenor of the GOP. The GOP is a little bit more focused on domestic issues, skeptical of foreign adventurism. That gives someone like JD, who has been very skeptical of aid to Ukraine and all sorts of foreign involvement, probably gives JD a little bit of an edge on where the zeitgeist is in the GOP over someone like Tom Cotton. And then Ron DeSantis, Trump is not going to pick Ron DeSantis. It's not going to happen. Trump does this a lot. DeSantis is a great governor. He's a really, really strong politician. But look, these are two guys from the same state. First of all, creates difficulties even to be on the ticket constitutionally. They can work it out, but it's a little tricky. He's just too much of a competitor to Trump. Trump plays around with these guys sometimes who run against him, but he's not going to give him the spot. I would be very surprised if Trump picked Ron DeSantis. So of all those choices, the one who could be the 2028 nominee is J.D. Vance. He is where the GOP base is. He's extremely intelligent. He's just the guy. So the question then becomes, does Trump want a VP who can be the next guy, or does he want a VP who's kind of milquetoast? That's what Trump did in 2016. I like Mike Pence, actually. But Mike Pence, kind of a milquetoast guy. So Mike Pence contrasted with Trump. J.D. Vance is a little bit more of a star. Does Trump want to share the stage with a star? Does he want to set up the next Republican administration or no? Next question, how does Donald Trump make himself impeachment or even assassination proof? Do you put someone in there who is more conventionally conservative, like Mike Pence? That was a line during the Trump administration. We can't get rid of Trump because Mike Pence is even more right-wing than he is. Of course, they did try to impeach. They successfully impeached Trump twice. They obviously didn't convict and remove him from office, but they did impeach him. Do you want to put a guy in there who anyone who wants to impeach or murder Trump thinks, I actually don't want this guy to be president? That's going to be the question. But JD has set himself up in pretty much a lane of his own. If Trump wants the legacy pick, he's probably going with J.D. Vance. But the question is, does Trump want that legacy pick, or does he want just a regular old supporting man like he did last time? Because Trump is looking better and better each day. That was good. Now ring the bell, subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel, and we will see you next time.